Video made at Rollideo.com. Creating a video is now extremely easy with Rollideo. Jennifer Lawrence recently did a sit-down interview with actress Viola Davis for Variety and said, "Nobody had ever put a woman in the lead of an action movie because it wouldn't work. We were told girls and boys can both identify with a male lead, but boys cannot identify with a female lead," she continued, "and it just makes me so happy every single time I see a movie come out that just blows through every one of those beliefs, and proves that it is just a lie to keep certain people out of the movies. To keep certain people in the same positions that they've always been in. It's just amazing to watch it happen, and watch you at the helm." After a day of intense backlash by film fans and critics alike, Lawrence is walking back her inflammably false statement about being the first female lead in an action film. Speaking with The Hollywood Reporter on Thursday, Lawrence tried to clarify her comments. "That's certainly not what I meant to say at all," Lawrence said. "I know that I am not the only woman who has ever led an action film. What I meant to emphasize was how good it feels. And I meant that with Viola to blow past these old myths that you hear about the chatter that you would hear around that kind of thing. But it was my blunder and it came out wrong. I had nerves talking to a living legend." Ironically enough, in the interview with Viola Davis, Lawrence expressed her concern with doing press interviews because she worries about how her intelligence will be received given the fact that she is a middle school dropout. "From my experience, the biggest hindrance to my craft has been press, doing interviews. Every time I do an interview, I just think, I can't do this to myself again. You sit down next to somebody. You talk for an hour and a half. A month goes by. You have no idea what they're going to use. You don't know what's going to be in context. And I just know I'm going to sound stupid. It's not going to be as articulate as it is in my mind. Every time I do a sit-down interview, I'm like, I can't do it again. I really can't. I feel like my character and I'm always very self-conscious of my intellect because I didn't finish school. I dropped out of middle school," Lawrence said. Davis consoled Lawrence by telling her, "You're highly articulate. Let's see some comments on Reddit. They really believe this. I think only a handful are outright lying. They really are either woefully uninformed or imbeciles. Too bad Halloween, Terminator, and Alien all bombed because patriarchy hates strong women so much, huh? Before then, all female roles in film were portrayed by men in drag, elaborate puppets, or, more recently, CGI avatars. But now that the gender barrier has been shattered, anything goes. The worst kind of liars are the ones who've managed to convince themselves they're telling the truth while everyone else around them knows that nothing comes out of their mouths but verbal diarrhea. They change their lies depending on who they're talking to, getting by relying on the little bits of truth in their stories, until the truth itself means nothing to them except what they want it to. And they're happy with themselves, not even understanding the blatant bullshit they're saying." Orwell coined the term doublethink a long time ago, and it seems like that's exactly what you mean there. In all fairness, I think most people, if they did a bunch of interviews, would eventually say something dumb they didn't mean or something would come out wrong. Welcome to Gen Z. They want to be eternally young and hip, to live in an eternal present where the past doesn't exist, because everyone in the past was racist, sexist, homophobic, etc. Everything that existed prior to 2014 is bad, but worse than that, it's not cool enough for today's youth. We've got to make sure current year politics are all done by this generation and their current icons. And of course 20 years down the road it will all need to get discarded and remade to keep up with current trends. Star Wars? Indiana Jones? Game of Thrones? Terminator? Jurassic Park? The Smurfs? It will all get repackaged, remade with a strong autistic black lesbian lead in a wheelchair to show how progressive we are, and if you don't like it, you're a bigot. Actually, we need not go that far. If you aren't interested in it, then you're a bigot. You need to buy tickets opening night and give up your seat to the nearest black homeless teenager to show you're an ally. She's a millennial and my experience with them has been nothing happened before they came of age. History didn't exist. Video made at Rollideo.com. Thanks for watching. Rollideo is a super easy tool to automatically create videos with auto-generated voiceovers and the exact subtitles.